Okay, let's see here. Jeez. Okay. Oh, God dang it, I forgot to. Okay, well, as long as we're here. Oh, swallow an ice cube. Oh. What are we even doing today? Okay, Austin's getting set up. Let's pull up the notes here. Where is this? Bongo. And I got the timer. Okay. I don't want to do the lighting here. Oh, that's all right. Do I need this? That's going to be really warm. Oh, here we go. All right, let's see here. Oh. All right, come on, buddy. Come on, come on. That's not too loud. Good. Can you hear me?
Heck yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bud.
All right.
How's it going?
Good. Today I finished filming a thing, or I filmed the thing.
Oh, you did?
And yeah, that was today. So what happened was I was stressed about it. Hold on, I'm gonna take a sip of. Oh, I gotta take an aluminum thing off, and then I'm gonna take a sip of some strawberry milk.
Oh, wow.
You ever been a fan of the strawberry milk?
Gotta be honest, no. Just a constant fan of just like milk. I mean, like what you want, you know. I never went into exotic dairy products.
Exotic dairy products?
Yeah.
You know, man, it's like these cows, they grow on trees. They look like strawberries, and you milk them.
Wow. It's got to be a heck of a crazy tree. It's just
It
like
is a heck of it.
all these pink cows with like seeds on top of them just kind of dangling. Is like the tail, like when they're growing on the tree, there's like the branches, you know?
Oh, you know the spots? You know the spots on cows?
Yeah.
They grow from so that's how it first forms. So it looks like a strawberry, and then the cow kind of grows like outward. So the first thing that grows is the body, and then the head, and then the tail. It's technically not alive, though, because there's no brain or heart.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Huh. It's like those mushroom cows they have in Minecraft these days.
Yeah. So this is the first time I've ever had this. It's Shamrock's brand. Strawberry milk. I also don't I don't traditionally drink strawberry milk, but my mom likes it, so we have it. And I also like it. But my favorite type of milk is probably just straight up chocolate milk.
I mean, yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. And you know how chocolate milk is grown.
Yeah, chocolate milk grows on. Where would chocolate cows grow?
You know cocoa beans.
Mm-hmm.
So chocolate. What are they called? Chocolate cows or brown cows? There's been a debate in the dairy community about which should be the technological term. They actually grow from a special type of cocoa bean variant, and it's a bush, so they grow on the ground.
Oh, I guess you. 'Cause I was thinking like a tree with like a really big cocoa beans, and then when you open up the shell, I don't know how cocoa beans work, but when you open it up, there's just like a little brown calf in there.
Yeah, maybe it is some offshoot.
That's certainly possible.
I mean, I'm still wondering how we get half and half.
Yeah, maybe they cut off like when they open up the cocoa bean and they see like a little chocolate calf, they cut off like the hose or something, and that's how we get like king-sized Hershey bars or something. Or like,
You know, it's interesting because I think it like hot chocolate. I think that's just that's brown or chocolate cow, but I think it just goes on a workout and it sweats. Then they come back and drain the sweat. Oh, actually, okay, so we're done with the cow bit. You know,
we can't do that bit for the show now.
That's okay. Improv.
Yeah.
By the way, it's really hot, so I've already finished the strawberry milk.
It's last I checked, it was 100.
Someone said it was going to be 104 today, and by someone I mean I think I saw that on the internet. Hey, it's 414.
No, it's just steady 100. It says on the weather app here the highest for today is 102, but that must have passed at like 3 p.m. or something.
Ooh, I just got a text from someone.
Oh, really? Where'd you get this from?
It's about so at the film thing today, we were talking about like, or someone brought up that I want to do voiceover. Oh yeah, Craig was there.
Really?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's doing good. Didn't get to talk to him a lot because he came at the end. But I saw him act, and it was nice.
All right, that's good. I'm glad he's doing all right.
I'm actually going to send you what was sent to me.
All right.
Spoop. Dude, it's 16:16. That's the time.
All right. Yeah, army time. I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. Friday, July 31st. It's the last day of July, man.
Oh, hey, there's a little cowboy on there, too. That's pretty cool.
On what, the text?
Yeah, on the text, there's a little cowboy. So I'm going to read this. Disney Instagram comedy series seeks voiceover talent. Hold up. Seeking funny, creative, non-union voiceover talent for all genders and races for Instagram comedy series filmed with Disney Adorable Toys. Production states talent with voiceover. Parent performing knock-knock jokes and riddles and the voice of various well-known Disney characters. Talent should be able to record from home and have highest quality microphone position.
Yeah, I didn't even read it yet. I just sent it to you because I was like, oh, hey, look who I'm talking to. We both want to do voice acting.
Yeah. Let me, I'll read it aloud for you. This is from a creative producer of Driver Studios, a man named Eric de Cordova. Yeah. Production description. Seeking funny and creative non-union voiceover talent of all genders/races for Instagram comedy series filmed with Disney Doorables toys. Production states, talent, this is in quotes, talent will voice a parent performing knock-knock jokes and riddles in the voice of various well-known Disney characters. Talent should be able to record from home and have access to high-quality microphone. Potential to be an ongoing position for the remainder of the year. Also seeking adult talent able to perform kids' voices. Compensation and union contract details. Professional pay $300. Pays $300 for appearances in approximately 10 to 15-second episodes, an average of 3 lines per episode. And these are just like roles and stuff. The required media to apply is a voice reel. So I don't know if that's just like a professional reel or they mean that in like the sense of just doing as many Disney voices as you can, saying stuff. Let's see, rehearsal and production dates and locations. Talent work remotely early August. Key details, nationwide in the U.S. And it's just ready to apply. So that is extremely interesting.
I have a mic, but not a voice reel.
Yeah, I was going to get a mic a few days ago on this website called Sweetwater. It's where my dad gets stuff for his band, and it's a Scarlett mic, the kind of Donovan has, but it's a 2 mic interface, so I can use it for like voice stuff, and then when you eventually come over for MoonTown stuff, and we can be like at like a safe distance and whatnot. Like I could have a mic, and then you can plug into like maybe one of the mics we have in the garage, or I don't know.
Since I have like free time now this month, do you want to get started on stuff? Because Owen, I'm gonna be bored out of my mind because yesterday I just finished summer school.
Yeah, that's ask. How'd that go?
Good. So what I did, slightly related to how today's episode we're talking kind of about reality.
Oh right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
By the way, I like that's our topic. It's kind of about reality.
It is true. It is kind of about reality. Not the way though. That'd be kind of weird.
Huh?
But continue.
Do you see if this will be just straight up about reality? That would be kind of weird.
It would be.
So I did. There were several topics. So I actually looked at my grade, and I think some of it's graded wrong, but I don't care necessarily because I got 732 points. And the final is worth 300. And the maximum points on there is like 996. But to get an A plus, it's 1,000. So I'm not getting an A plus. But okay. I think I did pretty good on the final. So yeah. So I might get like it's like a medium to high A. I think I did the math a couple days ago because it's actually fairly simple the way he grades it. If you ever need to take, do you need to take any more electives? I would recommend like philosophy or logic or something like that. It's useful to know. It's also useful to know logic, right? Because if you're ever going to argue with anyone, you're ever going to want to be like, okay, so here's this person's premise, and then they said this, and this was their conclusion. Does it follow? Yeah, it follows, so it's valid. But is what they said true? Is it sound? Oh, it's sound. It's what they said was true. It's both valid and sound. That means it's a true argument. That means it's correct. Well, that's deductive. If it's inductive, for example, science is inductive. Like you keep collecting experiments, and you have a whole bunch of data that supports your conclusion. Conclusion is still a premise, or your hypothesis.
Sure.
And then you call that, instead of like right or wrong, correct or false, you just call it cogent or not cogent, or strong or weak. Like it's we have something that we don't know for sure, but we just assume it's true. Well, I think it's like something like, isn't every year the Big Bang Theory gets less strong over time, or something like that?
Like the argument for the Big Bang Theory?
Yeah, because then they're just like, we keep finding more stuff, and it's like weirder now. Like I think that's.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, I made like my eyebrows like that. Oh, that was interesting. Oh, sorry. Okay, well, hold on. I have something else to talk about, and then I'll talk about
All right.
how about that. So right now, you like how I separated it. So I ended up writing my paper on primary and secondary qualities. This is technically kind of about reality. Um, so John, do you know everyone? You know John Locke, right?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Locke.
Life, liberty, and labor, but then we changed it to pursuit of happiness. Um,
Labor
so
seems kind of harsh.
yeah, right. Although I understand what he's talking about, because if you think about, so one thing I think I like about Karl Marx is his observation of history, and how he said this is the different economic and societal institutions over time. Like we had tribals, like we had tribes, and then we had blah 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 blah, and each one increases like in terms of specialization. So we have more free time. Um, but it seems like as time goes, I think he said this. I might be wrong, but as time goes on, we have more people wanting to do and do different kinds of labor, like labor and pursuit of happiness. Like it's not that far of a stretch, right? Because well, so we're in a certain situation where some of us don't have jobs or don't have a job anymore, and aren't some of us just bored out of our minds, even though we have the entire internet? Like you could supposedly you could entertain yourself for over a lifetime, right? Yet we're bored because we don't found a meaning. So I think there's like a true claim to like labor giving you some sort of meaning, because if you're not giving back to like anything or anyone, then you're not really fulfilling your desire, which actually goes into religious beliefs. For example, Hinduism is also straight up just kind of like a psychoanalysis of humans, which is something that I respect, and they're right. Like even like, you know, when I'm like looking at the Bible and stuff, it's like, oh, this is so 100%. Like it goes with every like major religion. Every major religion basically believes these things, where it's like, you know, at the beginning there's people that like, you know, children and stuff, they're worried just about pleasure, and then one ring up from that is success. You just worry about success, and that's kind of like the selfish zone. And then we go to the selfless zone, where then you're about community, where it's like, I want to give back to my community. Um, like a teacher, like a teacher be giving back to the community. And then the thing after that is like the most religious one, where it's like, I want to reach limitlessness. For example, for me and you, that would be following in the name of the big boy Jesus, and technically dying and entering into heaven would be how we acquire that. If you're Buddhist, you would be meditating. Um, by the way, I think Christians meditate too. There's no difference between meditation and prayer,
Yeah.
except maybe the mantra in your head. I don't think monks, well, because there are Christian monks, but I don't think like Hindu or Buddhist monks talk to God the way we do. They could, you know, I could be completely wrong. I think they're trying to like, the explanation, oh, I also know it's like this. If you think about like a peach, you know, has a core and it has the fruit around it, they're trying to peel back. So if you think of this as the ego and the self, they're trying to peel back at the ego and get to the core, because at the core is the soul. And who created your soul? The big man upstairs. So you're trying to get to the big man upstairs through meditation. So I forgot why I brought all that up, but that was about Locke. Oh, I'm talking about Locke.
Yeah.
Now what Locke actually was talking about that I wrote about um, was primary and secondary qualities of objects. So just real quick, this will be really simple to understand. So think about food, any type of food whatsoever. So food objects have certain qualities, right? And these qualities are obviously tied to its identity. Now, each food has extension, so it extends from space. It's a 3D object. It has solidity. It has some sort of like solidness to it. It has number. There's a certain number of things associated with it. If you want, you can boil that down. Cause I don't think they knew about this yet. But if you might be able to boil that down to molecular structure. Because if you fuck with the molecular structure, it's no longer what it is, right? Ooh, never mind. I'll keep the major big brain stuff in my head. And then there's motion, so it's like either moving or it's at rest. So those are things that you cannot take away from the object. It's inseparable from it. So if I'm talking about like a nice juicy piece of steak, even if I cut it, that steak, and I'm cutting it, it's still steak. It still has all of those qualities I just mentioned. It's even still cow if you want to think about it that way. It's tied to its identity. But the things that are different, so those are primary qualities. You know, we have those qualities. You can't change those about me. Cut off my arm, I'm still Austin, so my arm doesn't make up my identity. But it's like, well, human identity is a little bit harder to follow because we have a mind, which is the soul. And like, what's brain, what's mind? Who knows? But secondary qualities is like, so Owen, everything you interacted with that steak, you saw it, which counts. You smelt it and you taste it, and they all have a distinct flavor. If you want to think about it that way, because flavor can apply to more than this. Just apply to this. You can technically, I guess, apply it to this. I don't know if you touch it, you could. But anything you can do with your sensory organs, your sense perception, that is a secondary quality. And secondary qualities can be different because you can change the secondary qualities of something. For example, adding heat to the steak, cooking it differently, it's still a steak, but it tastes different. So it's not a permanent identity of a steak. So if you're eating it, and also not everyone has the same sense organs. So me and you can agree. I actually wrote about this, and I specifically wrote about filet mignon in my paper. I said a husband and wife both order a filet mignon from a restaurant. It's cooked. It's cut from the same cow. It's cooked to perfection. It's cooked the exact same way. The husband gives it 4 out of 5 stars because they're asked to review it, and the wife gives it 5 out of 5 stars. So they both enjoyed the steak. The steak is still the same, but their perception of the steak was slightly different. One thought it was 4 out of 5 stars. The other one thought it was 5 out of 5 stars. They both attached that technically to the identity of the steak, right? But that part of the identity of the steak is subjective to the individual. So, for example, if you and me went out to eat and you hated it, I liked it, is that making it that steak any less of a steak? No, but that experience is tied to our opinion of it. So I guess you can say secondary qualities also tie into our opinions.
Wow.
Yeah. I wrote about, I can get into more, but I'm not going to. I wrote about that for like a page and a half, then I had to write about another guy, and then I had to say why I think that other guy's mostly wrong. It was great.
Nice.
Also, I have paper behind me. My dad might be bringing me in food in a couple minutes, so if that happens, that'll be his premiere.
That's no problem. We're not recording.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, yeah. We've never even seen him accidental on this.
I don't think so, no.
He handed me food during my final. I didn't eat it till like 3 hours later because I forgot it was there, and I took a small nap. Oh, I took a nap today. That's why. I was like, can we go to 4? Because I woke up at 6:30, which I don't normally do. Then I filmed, and then yeah. So yeah, I'm a free man now. I'm ready. I'm ready for Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wow, like it's 9:30 in the morning, and Austin just responded to me. This is a nice day. Everything's gonna be on time today. Do as you will, but yeah, this whole next month, we gotta plan some Moontown. We gotta do some D&D sessions, and we gotta watch more Avatar with Valerie.
Valerie and Aj.
Yeah, Aj is in there too sometimes. Z hopefully will also be part of that.
Yeah, Z was there for our second session of season 2. Where are we now? We're not in Boston Say yet.
No, let me see here. It was the desert, which was the last episode we looked at.
Right. Right. You know, I think Aang acts a little too aggressive in that episode.
Yeah. Calm down, man. It's it's Appa, but like, well,
Mm-hmm.
maybe they explain it later how they're just inseparable and all that.
Well, it's the closest thing he has to the air monks. Also, do you notice the new angle? Aha.
Yeah, that's new angle number 11, I think.
Well, hold on. Let's think about it. So I've been in here, and the camera's mostly been this way. I used my phone at one point, right? In the beginning?
Yeah,
Before on my mic.
You must have used your phone a few times.
I used my phone. That's how you can get like up close. So if to give you perspective, what you usually see in my room is this way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm where the laptop would be, and the laptop was where I would be. But I was like, you know what I haven't done yet? This way.
Yeah. The camera's now facing, what would it be? Southward.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You oddly know the cardinal directions in my room.
Oh, I don't know. I know that north is that way for me because it's like that's where the hills and the mountains are.
Oh, and you know that when you're facing my house, you could see the mountains.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That's just how I always remembered it. It's never helped out until now.
I had a big argument with Val. Not a big argument. I had a small conflict with Val once, talking about the cardinal directions of her door, because I thought her house. You know where she lives. I thought it went this way.
Yeah.
It's actually this. It's actually like south as opposed to east. And then so we were talking about how was like what direction, quote unquote, our face is facing when we sleep, I guess. Besides, I guess, the heavens. Because my head, because like, if your body was an arrow and your head was the tip of the arrow, my head would be facing north. So like, I don't lay this way. I lay this way.
I see what you mean.
Although I'd be turned around, obviously, and laying down.
Okay, you need to help me here.
Well, is it Raising Cane's?
There's no top on this. I don't know what happened to the top. You need to be careful. You need to move some stuff.
I got it. I'll just hold it right now.
Hi, kids.
It's just Owen.
Oh, there's two other people. Or is that you?
That's me. That's me.
Ow.
I have headphones on and everything. I'm holding a drink. Look, if I move, it moves too.
Well, you know that your camera seems to take 2 inches off of your hairline. Just saying.
Thanks. Love you too.
We gotta.
So how have you been? I hijacked most of the.
No, it's totally all right. It's totally all right. I'm glad to hear your side of things. Let's see. Oh, it's gonna be a lot cooler later on this week. Tomorrow's
I mean,
gonna.
next week as well.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the weather app here. Tomorrow is gonna be 100 again. And then it's gonna be 94. And
Ooh.
91, 91, then 87, and then by Thursday the highest is 82, and then 84, 87, 87. That's as far as the weather app goes.
The temperature in your garage.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, MoonTown stuff that has to be like either mornings or evenings.
I'm so down if you. No, sorry. Continue.
Oh, I was just gonna suggest just like mostly evenings, because, oh man.
Yeah, I already woke up in the morning. Thankfully, we filmed in Heritage Park.
I think so. Where is that?
It's the mountain before or the hill before Mount Zach.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
It's before that. So, but you're not coming but you don't come from this south, right? So if you're driving south and you're going onto Mount Sac and you're going over the hill, there's that other street.
Hmm.
I think South Hills High School is like
Yeah, there was a high
over there.
school.
That direction. If you're coming that direction, you can go in and there's like a little park, and then not like perfect parallel, but the street to go just up the hill to Mount Sac is that way.
Okay.
So if you go down Citrus, you make a left on the street. Is it It's not Cameron.
I know you go down. You can go down Barranca, and then
Yes.
you turn left at like the very end of the street.
Yeah, that. So then you just make a right into the park, and then literally like 20, 30 feet from that is the right to go up the hill towards Mount Sac.
Okay.
That little swervy hill.
I haven't been to Mount Sac, that area, in so long.
I went to Diamond Bar, so that's how I get to school. I would go that way.
Let's see.
Because I think Mount Sac's in Walnut.
Yes.
I'm not 100%. It is? Okay.
Parks and Walnut. I know that.
Yeah, because the Diamond Bar, or it's not Diamond Bar, it's actually the Walnut Valley Unified School District. So it includes schools in Walnut, Diamond Bar, and maybe slightly. Actually, I don't think it has any in Chino or Pomona. It's just, actually, it might. No, I think it's easy to transfer from the Pomona district to at least DBHS, because there's Diamond Ranch High School? Diamond Hill? No, something.
Hills or Ranch sounds familiar. It could be Ranch Hills, for all you know.
I think it's Diamond Ranch. That's not too far from, that's like only a 10, 15-minute drive from Diamond Bar. At least using them. I don't know, who cares? I didn't go to that district. But yeah, that's the way I would take to school. So yeah, how was your week, my man?
Nice. Week's been good. I way back when talking about the mic stuff, like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. That's all right though. They didn't have any in stock on that Sweetwater site, and everywhere else it was really expensive for that specific kind of mic. So I got like an email notice, so that whenever it does go in stock, I'm notified, and then I can purchase. And parents have agreed to help out with that because they want to help out with my dreams and all that.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, my mic. My mic was my birthday present. So helping with my dreams, and it's recommended from a VO class that someone is taking that
and
has done audiobooks. So like right now I'm trying to get into the audiobook industry. Not right now, currently I'm not. I probably should now that I have free time.
And no, I'm also something I've been doing this week. So on the site, I think the site's called Undemi, but there's a voiceover class that's really cheap by Mike Elmore. I didn't know him too before that class, but I looked back. He's worked a lot with Voices for All, the people that came over once or twice for the voiceover course at Citrus, and he's done a few decades or so in mainly commercial work, and also just being a voice coach. But he's got this really cool class on Demi for like $30. He's got 2 classes on there.
What's Demi? Is that a website?
Yeah, it's a website. You can just look up probably like Mike Elmore classes, and it'll probably take you there. But yeah, that's really cool. It's just like VO 101 kind of stuff. A lot of the parts are just maybe a few minutes, but I watched that a little while ago, and so I'm going over it again, but taking more extensive notes. and then I'm gonna do his other class on that site, which is I think it's about like auditioning and booking mainly. So it's like it's more specific. So I'm gonna take notes on that, and then see where I go from there. And
One thing that's important that we need to do is somehow get a reel when we're not in any projects.
yes. There is a. I remember Mike Elmore did actually say in his wrap up, spoilers if you're taking the class. But he said that anyone can email him and ask for a few scripts to look over and read them over for him, and then he'll email you a few scripts to look over for like commercial or narration or whatever. And then once you send it to them, he'll give you an evaluation. That's just like it's free.
Oh, that's nice. That's actually really nice and that's kind.
Yeah, it's real cool. So eventually I'll get to that point. And then after that, it's really just either like I'll making sure I get a job so I can afford probably more expensive classes or more expensive stuff. And then maybe start up something on that voices.com, which I was recommended to a few years ago, but I was never able to do stuff on because I had to, get the teachings and whatnot.
No. Oh, are we gonna have to borrow Donovan's mic?
Unclear. We could just use your mic.
Yeah, we could. I have a whole arm and every. Oh, I don't know how to take it off of this, so we're gonna play that game.
Also, my dad. We got a mic or two in the garage.
Yeah, well, just so you know, my mic is USB. That was the whole appeal.
No, yeah. If you're more comfortable with your mic, you're right ahead. We also have some XLR mics in there that Dad helped me figure out, and he's agreed to probably help out again whenever you come over.
Yeah. So how many USB ports does your computer have?
It's got two. One for the capture card, one for the mic.
Then it's perfect. Then we'll just use mine.
All right then.
We don't even need the arm. We can just use it on the stand. We'll do some testing with it first.
Yeah, of course. Do some testing and then hook that stuff.
It might not be as. It might not. Well, I'm pretty far away right now. I'm about. Well, this is my foot. I'm like maybe 2 feet from it. How do I sound?
You sound pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm projecting slightly, which I guess I autopilot. And I have 2 fans on, which this is very good on Audacity. It's very good at catching my fan noise. I have a thing that I've done it for.
Yeah. I got this sweet harmonica. And the
dude, play me some tunes. Play me I want, whenever I'm playing a game in MoonTown, I just want you to randomly, if we're ever playing a horror game, I want you to randomly play the harmonica. Don't even tell me you're bringing it. Just whip it out, and I'm gonna shit. I want to shit my pants.
Right.
Oh, dude, you know what I found out? I could start playing it again because I have time. Do you know the game Alien Isolation?
I think so, yeah.
You've watched the Alien films, right, or have you not? And by films, I just mean like Alien, Aliens, and maybe the newer ones like Prometheus and Alien Covenant.
Yeah, I certainly know them, but I have yet to get around to them.
Watching them one time. Well, you know what xenomorphs are.
Yeah, and I know those are some classic monsters there.
So there's also synths, which are essentially android people with like a milky,
Yeah.
like a milky blood substance, you can say.
Yeah.
So in Alien Isolation, I'm playing it on PC because I bought it during the Steam Summer Sale. I got it for I think $15, which is a steal. So I was on Discord with the people at Funny People Society, Cal State Fullerton Improv team, and I had my mic set up so I can talk to them while I play the game. So I was streaming it on Discord. There's like, if you have it, because Discord's made for gamers, so if you have a game playing, you can stream it. I don't know anything about recording it, whatnot, but you can at least definitely stream it. And apparently, Alien Isolation hooks up to your microphone on the PC version. And if you're trying to hide, they'll hear you because you can hide in lockers. Owen, you have no idea. I was hiding from these robot people, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I don't think they can hear me." And then all of a sudden, I saw one go. He literally crouched down and then just went, and then like, ooh, it got me. And then I went back inside, and he did it again. And I was like, what? And then days later, we learned that this guy was playing the Alien Isolation on his PC, and his girlfriend farted. She was sleeping, and the xenomorph like went to the locker and pulled him out. He was like, "Yeah, so it uses your microphone, which is scary." And I was like, "Wait a minute." And then the people that were there were watching me stream, and I was like, "You guys are the reason I died. I was talking to you."
Aliens just minding their own business, and then all of a sudden,
and I'm like, "Oh no!" I'm like, "Oh no!" And all of a sudden, boom! I have to run away. I like how the audio of it was like, "Oh, it's loud. I'm gonna pull back on it."
I suppose you could call it toying around, but like, do you remember a while ago I was trying to figure out like an actual MoonTown jingle we could have?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do remember the one I did for like on
the keyboard app,
the GarageBand. I've been kind of playing around with some kind of tune. I'm trying to make it nice. I don't know. I'll try to. Yeah, there we go. That's more. That's on the 5. Let me go to 6 after that. So there's a lot of. It's really hard to exhale in this, or inhale, I suppose. Because like "Love Me Do" by the Beatles, to get the harmonica part, there's like 7 different inhales.
Oh. Da, 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 da,
Yeah.
da, da, da.
It's 7.
Oh, you do.
It's like 6 inhales and only 1 exhale. And then when you go back to the beginning, it's still inhaling. So
that sounds complicated, and that's why I don't play musical instruments.
Like inhale, exhale, in, inhale, exhale.
Dun 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 dun. That's why I hum. Is that the new MoonTown theme?
Yeah, it's certainly a jingle I've been playing around with.
Doesn't sound bad. We should be nice, cute, and quaint.
Yeah, nice little cute, quaint little harmonica thingy. Let's see, other than that, I've more Critical Role.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That was. What episode are you on?
Well, I watched the Cathedral episode last night.
You're on 90 or?
No, it's
70 something.
no, it's 80 something.
Fudge.
I think
Dude, I just finished
let me look here.
102.
Oh wow. Let me see here.
I'm in the middle of 103, which is the most recent one.
Real quick here. Go to suppose there videos here. Where it is. Where's everything? Oh, what? That's weird. Here, let me look on here because I know the cathedral is, I think, either 84 or 85.
What you say if Owen wants some?
Oh, and do you want any like Raisin Kings?
Oh my gosh, I would
Just
love,
dip it for him so he can eat it.
would love some
Yeah.
Raisin Kings right now.
Here, just take it. Just pull it.
Got it?
You know, it would have been. Oh, wow, there you go.
That's great.
Mine tastes
That joke was approved by my father. Wait, didn't we do something like that in? Oh, that's when we were on the phone or on the FaceTime call with Val.
Oh yeah.
We had something. Was it water? Whatever.
I think it might have been one. Oh, here we go. The Cathedral is episode 86. And then,
That's against the hand, right?
yeah, Laughing Hand, that was super sick. Oban.
Are you in the Oban fight now?
Well, I was going to say I finished episode 86 yet last night. And then I think I'm about 10 or 15 minutes. I have about 10 or 15 minutes left of episode 87. So they're like talking to the king right now.
Damn.
King Dwindle.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, like Trent's talking, and I'm like, I might have made a verbal as I was watching that. Yeah, that's where I am right now. I was a lot of six.
There's some good moments coming up.
Yeah, my brother is always telling me to stop watching Critical Role for 10 seconds. It's like, dude, you're always on that. I'm like, yeah, man, because it's like an interesting story. He's just a little, because he wants me to keep watching Breaking Bad, because I stopped watching that after, starting that up. And then, I got like maybe 3 other shows that I want to try to get through. Like
My dad and I was just watching Mad Men today, so that's a pretty good character drama.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Mad Men. I've heard good things about Breaking Bad too, and I've seen that it's like good stuff. But I'm just like into this.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's literally D&D and voice actors. That's A, one thing we want to do, and B, one thing we like to play. So it's literally catered to us.
1000%, yes.
There's a good insult, kind of. There's a Korean rap show called Show Me the Money, and in season 5 or 6, some guy goes, yeah, that thing was 140% good. And then another guy just straight-faced goes, I don't believe in any percentages over 100%. Which is like slightly calling out the other guy for being like too into his own work, but also like, I'd give 100%. There's nothing bigger than that at the same time. And I was like, good for him. That was a nice move.
I'm just impressed that you got through 6 seasons of a Korean game show.
Rap show, and I started with 6, and then I watched 5, and then I watched 7. And I was watching it with my friend who is Korean. But they had English subtitles.
I see.
Well, not the last episode of 7. I technically haven't seen that yet. Oh, I still don't know who wins. That's interesting. I'm pretty sure I know who wins, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the person I wanted to win.
Me and Justin found this Russian sport where
Oh, communism.
that, but also like two big Russian guys are facing each other, right? And then they got to put some like chalk on their hands and they slap each other. And they try to slap each other as hard as they can, either knocking the person out or making them like cower out and just like as it's coming, like going with it. So we watched a little bit of that.
Like slap boxing?
Basically, yeah.
Like, I know there's like a boxing technique where you just kind of go with the punch to just kind of lessen the damage of it. You're like, oh, I'm gonna take it, and then you're readying your neck. Boxing is an interesting sport. I haven't watched a lot of real life boxing, but I sure as heck did watch 2 animes on it. One, which was over 100 episodes, including its 2 sequel series, which was done by a different animation studio, and by gosh, it was beautiful. So I love Studio Madhouse. Oh, and they did Hunter x Hunter. I love them for it, 2011 version. But it's called Hajime no Ippo. That's really good. You feel so bad. Like I almost cried several times, and it starts out just as a high school kid. His father's dead. Yeah, his father's dead. So he works with his mom at a little fishing thing. She goes out fishing. He carries the boxes, and he carrying those fishing gear and boxes has secretly been bulking him up for over the years. So he's a fairly beefy boy for his weight, because he's like, I think he's a featherweight because Japanese people tend to be thinner and smaller than us. So I think they're good. They're like, yeah, they're featherweights. And actually, I think even in real life too, the featherweight champion is are usually Mexicans because they're so fast, I guess. I forget the name of the featherweight champion, Hajime no Ippo, but he's like so good. But yeah, it just starts out with this kid from like high school helping his mom out, finds the boxing club, helps him find like a purpose, because he's not the best academic at school. So like there goes college. And if you know, well, you haven't watched a lot of anime, but like the academic pressure and society in Japan is higher than ours. Like we're stressed.
Yeah, those poor kids.
They're super stressed. Like, oh wow. I'm not even sure if community college is a thing there.
I wouldn't think so. It's sad to say.
They also have really like the business culture there is apparently also really bad. Tokyo has the highest. I think it still has the highest suicide rate in the whole world. So that's sad. But they sure do put out good anime shows. And then there's another anime called Megalobox, which is way shorter. It's only, I think, 12 or 13 episodes. It's from 2018, I think, or 2019. And it's like a 30th anniversary readaptation of an older manga anime series called Ashita no Joe, which is like something Joe. It's just Joe's the character name. And so the main character, it's not his real name, but he goes by a fake name and he calls himself Joe. And this whole thing is that in boxing here, people have started to use like these smaller like exoskeletons. So not all the way, but like just like on the spine and like on the arms and stuff. And they're called gears. And then Joe gets a peel because he starts going into the ring, but he's a gearless Joe, but he's not using a gear. And they have to fight him fighting all the people with gears. And apparently there's like a lot of characters are recontextualized and like updated for this specific anime adaptation of it. And it did really well in all the awards and stuff. It's got a really dope intro. it's obviously it's not as in depth in boxing as Ippo, because like the guy that writes Hajime no Ippo actually boxed in Japan, and he's actually running a gym there. So like he knows his stuff, and like like that's why I know who Alex Dempsey is. Just think it's like a boxer from the 1920s, and he invented something called the Dempsey roll. And like, there's characters that know that. There's, it's obviously a little accentuated in terms of animation style, but the fights themselves are like pretty realistic. So, boxing is a cool sport. Sorry, I went on a lot of tangents. I feel like you haven't talked a lot.
Dude, it's totally alright.
I mean, you're missing Kingdom Hearts so much. I can tell it's your shirt.
Yeah, man, I miss playing as Mickey.
There we go. That was my goofy impression.
Yeah, we got to work up on those Disney impressions now.
Yeah. I'm not even sure if we can even do those. I don't have a reel.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Maybe we can. We could do this some other time, like when we're not recording and everything. I can. Sorry, brain fart. All right, here we go. We could just like look up, like Google Disney characters, and then just like look at an alphabetical list, and then like on some other guy's phone, we go to YouTube, and we look up like a scene or something that they're in.
I like how you need several phones, and when there's not, it's not as if tabs exist on Chrome.
Yeah, exactly. So, phones, laptop, whatever. One thing where it's a list of the characters, and another thing where we're looking up like scenes and stuff or songs or whatever. And then we just like look at the character, and we listen to the voice a bit, and then we look at the name again, and we try to mimic as much as we can. That's at least the best idea I have.
Yeah, doesn't sound like a bad idea.
When
we should also just be trying character voices in general.
Exactly, yeah. When you're over here, we can do that.
We'll do that during Kingdom Hearts. That'd be such a fun. That looks like a Game Grumps thing to do.
Yeah.
But we could do it.
I gotta. Because then we gotta like play the clips too, so that we can try to mimic it.
Yeah, I've been working on my Shaggy impression. My Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Not technically like a Kasem impression, but a Matthew Lillard.
It's Lillard.
Lillard.
Yeah.
Oh, one I did not even consider.
Matthew Lillard, the man. Will Forte was in Scoob. I know that. Will Forte apparently doesn't really like doing impressions a lot, or like mainly impressions. So he got to do Shaggy. He must have just gotten a lot of money for it.
Yeah. Oops. My mic keeps falling because my bed is on a stable surface. This is the back. Or no, technically you're looking at the front. Yeah, dude, I don't know how to get this bottom thing off. It's just, I just have a stand on it permanently, I guess. I don't know if I could put it in the arm this way. When are you ready to get started for the episode? Took a little longer than usual on our welcomes, our hello, how you doing?
Good Lord, you really went on a tangent there.
Yeah, this is usually like how long we go about like maybe 10 minutes before the episode starts, then after it ends we go on for maybe 30. So this is kind of like a combination of both. But dude, I'm excited what you have to say on kind of reality.
Yeah,
I'm bringing up philosophy. Like I'm gonna bring up Locke again, and then bring up another guy and another guy.
Yeah, I got my notes right here. I'll try to let's figure this out, I guess.
All right.
All right.
We got to make sure we should do the water bit and a time bit beginning.
Oh yeah, we should. It's yeah, efficiency. Yeah. Sorry, it's really warm in here. Okay.
It's warm in here too. I turned the fan on. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear the difference or if you can hear it.
I can. I think I can hear it.
I have two on. You can see the purple one, but I have another one like right next to my feet because at one point you were talking, and I was like, "Gosh, my legs are warm," and I hit beep.
Yeah. This is why I hate summer, because like my room especially is always so sweaty when I like close the door for even a minute, and then like the kitchen gets like that sometimes, but not often because we got like windows open a whole lot. And then like upstairs is a monster. My car is a monster. I say my car because everyone else's car is totally fine, but mine,
Do you have AC? No, right?
I do, yes.
Oh, okay.
But my car usually decides to turn off certain things every August. That's been going on. That's been the last 2 years, the last 2 Augusts. So
Augusti.
yeah, Augusti. So this whole summer I have AC off, windows rolled down.
Oh, do you want to hear a fun fact?
What's up?
So the August, right? The month August comes from the name of the emperor,
Augustus.
the Emperor Augustus. And in Greek, the Greek name for Augustus was Sebastos. And you can take Augustus and Sebastos, which is Greek, or Sebastros, something like that, and you take them down to modern versions of those names. From Augustus, you get Austin, right? And from the other one, you get Sebastian. And even if you think about it, take out the Seb, Ashton, Austin, or Austin. Technically, if anyone you know named Sebastian and me, we have the same origins for our names, and they both mean venerable, which is like I think like goodwill or something. But we're both venerable. I mean, like that's the same. Like that's like if you're named. There's something like Dahlia and Delilah. They both come from. I think they both come from Delilah, actually. But like, how Dick from Richard? Like, why was there a change? Why not Rick?
Yeah, it's not even like rich or erd. They just crossed
Erd.
yeah. They crossed out most of the letters, turned it backwards, and added a K in there. Decided, yep, that's what Richard is short. Instead of the usual, oh, let's just get rid of this weird Jumin, and we have Ben. All right.
Yeah. Or isn't Bob also a short for William or something like that? Or no, Bob is Robert. I think Ben is William, right? Bill.
No,
Bill.
Ben is just Benjamin. Yeah, Bill and Billy are for William. Will, Willie, Bill, Billy. Somebody.
Like sorry, we went on another tangent before the episode started.
It's always good to talk to you. That's the important thing.
Thanks, good looking. How like the Japanese, like whenever there's something like Romanji is like English. It's like not English. What alphabet? Do we have a name for alphabet? The Latin alphabet? Is it the Latin alphabet?
I think it's just called the alphabet.
Yeah, but I think ours is the Latin alphabet, right? Because we use A, B, C, D, E. Well, the English alphabet, which I guess is more specific, I think they use the English alphabet. And Romanji, which is like sounding things out phonetically. And there's always like trouble when people are translating things. I guess this has nothing to do with Romanji anymore. Just a side fun fact. But when people are translating things from Japanese, in Japanese language, and I think most Asian languages, R and L have like the same sound. It's kind of hard for them. Not hard for them. It's hard because they didn't train their voices that way to differentiate between R and L. So that's why there's like, Christmas Story.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Son of a nutcracker. We're not even recording, man. The heck, man? Hold on. This is ridiculous. This right here, this is ridiculous. Oh, that's kind of. This right here, I want to tell you now, this is ridiculous. Let's see here. Austin and Owen. Come on. Oh boy. Okay. Just got.
My computer. So it told me my battery was low, and I kind of forgot. And then it's like, hey, your battery's real low. I noticed it does it at like 9%, but for some reason it just turns off at that point.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Okay. Back to Christmas Story.
Mm-hmm.
You know the joke, fa ra 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 ra. That's why it's like that. Because they don't have an R, they don't have like a distinct R and L. And the other guy, right? He's probably lived in the United States longer than his fellow workers, or at least he interacts with more English speakers.
Being the owner, of course.
Yeah, that's why he goes la 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 la. But I've noticed there's also like that in Latin languages. B and V. That's why you can technically say like la boca. If you say B or V, it's kind of like the same sound. And I noticed in English, maybe it's because in the back of my head, I know there's these less of a distinction in other cultures, but I've full on switched an R for an L sound before, complete accident. And I think it's because the startup is the same. Like, oh, it had a ring to it, it had a link to it. Like, I don't know, dude, somehow I mean to say one and I'll say the other. It doesn't happen often, right? But I've also done it with B and V, like once or twice. So, like, these other cultures that sometimes get made fun of, people should stop because it happens to all of us. But that's why, like, when there's like translated things from like Japanese culture or stuff, it's an L or an R, and you're like, why is there an L there? Well, it's because technically it could mean an R.
It's true. It feels a little different.
Oh yeah, because we're so trained and distinct in it.
That is fair.
L. Well, think about it like go this way, and try to do it differently. R, L. Like at the end, R, but we're putting our tongue back for R and putting it forward for L. I don't think they have one. They don't have like one of those sounds in the language. So because it has like a similar startup, it ends up being the other one.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think they have an L sound. Well, shoes. Oh, I know. Well, like lo and ro. Like it's like because if I say Jotaro or if I say Jotaro, you can barely hear the difference, right?
Yeah, it's minute.
It's very minute. That's where I think that's when it comes into play. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a linguist or anything. It's just something that I know is true, and then I've noticed myself accidentally fall into that, and I just think it's really weird. Have you had any weird like English mishaps happen?
Well, when I was younger, I I had some problems with my R's. So in
See?
yeah, in third grade, I remember I got a surgery because there was like a there's like a little piece of skin or tissue or something that was keeping my tongue from reaching to the point where it can say R. Or
Okay.
like not reaching high enough. It was years ago, but I got a surgery done to cut that part, and then I know I had on and off again things in fourth grade, or me and like four other people went to a speech counselor, and we just practiced for a very short while. We got to cut some of the class, so that was nice. Or no, was it? No, it must have been. I don't know why I'm getting fifth grade in there, because I can picture Cullen Elementary right now, and I had to walk a certain distance from my class to there, and it doesn't make sense because I remember uh, either third or fourth grade I got it. I got the surgery done, and then the classes was either fourth or fifth grade. I remember fourth grade teacher, Mr. Wu, his class was basically a few steps away from that counselor box. And then my fifth grade teacher, Batista, was like a ways away, like across the blacktop, you know?
You
But
had Drax as your 5th grade teacher?
sorry?
Drax, Dave Bautista?
Yeah, I had Batista as my I'm going to teach you about Ponce de Leon. He was a guy who had a
Oh, that name brought up like a random slide from 5th grade. Juan Ponce de Leon? Dude, I think I did a presentation on him. I did like a friend presentation with someone. You know my mom? So
yeah.
my mom is turning 56 in August.
Oh,
She did her first PowerPoint presentation this week. Technically not PowerPoint, but she did Google Slides. She had never done a PowerPoint before.
I mean, kudos to her that she could get that done.
But Owen, I've never thought about people not using PowerPoint before.
Yeah, we're just a very technologically advanced generation.
I know, but it's the opposite of people being like, you don't know what that is? It's like, wait, you've never used that?
It is. That's
Whoa.
time, man. It's a heck of a thing.
Isn't there someone that said time is a hell of a drug? Isn't that a line from something? Or is it something else, not time?
That That's something else. Or something similar in I think it was a Dave Chappelle bit when he was talking about Rick James. That was talking about how cocaine was a heck of a drug.
My neck hurts, so I'm stretching it.
So, hey, we gotta get to this. We gotta get on this, man.
And talk about kind of reality.
I gotta reset the timer and everything. We gotta do this episode. Jeez. Okay.
You gonna do your countdown?
Yeah. All right. I'm good. You good on that side?
Yeah.
All right. Let's give these people a show. All right. Starting timer. Starting recording. Hello.